So today looking at the RX 480, we note 36 compute units, 2304 streams, and a peak TDP of 150 watts. We note the peak teraflop at 5.8 teraflops, significantly faster than the PS4 at 1.8 teraflop. The PS4 is rated at around 4 teraflops, so this card still is faster than the PS4 Pro. A boost clock of 1266 MHz and a base clock of 1120 MHz, we can also expect to power up to 6 displays with the AMD Infinity technology. Today we'll be looking at the 8GB version of the card, DDR5, and significantly we note the pipeline width of 256 bits, which enables a transfer rate of 224 GB per second, significantly fast for a card of this value range. In our bench rig we have the Intel i7-5960X, 8 cores with 16 threads. This is currently the 4th fastest CPU available on the consumer market today, with the 4th highest average bench consistently. A single core of 105 points, a quad core of 424 points, and a multi-core of 1120 points. Our memory, we use 16 GB of 2 x 8 GB 6, each rated at 2133 MHz each, DDR4. Our operating system is Windows 10 64-bit, and our benchmark reference is from cpu.userbenchmark.com. So the first title we elected to bench is Doom from 2016, this year. So at 1080p with ultra details, we selected this title due to the OpenGL API, and this title does not disappoint on the RX 480, with an average FPS of 97. Now we note that the VSync is off. HITMAN is semi-demanding. At 1080p we selected ultra details, and for a DirectX 12 we can see that this card really shines on an average of 77 frames per second. The next title we decided to look at was Fallout 4, and this is a fairly demanding title from 2015. At 1080p with God Rays set to high and shadows set to high, this DirectX 11 title does not disappoint at ultra details, with 83 FPS on the RX 480. At 1080p we played Witcher 3, and at ultra detail setting, this DirectX 11 title with Hairworks off only averaged 50 frames per second. Now if you have a refresh rate of 60 Hz, this is barely noticeable on a 60 Hz monitor. The next title we looked at was Tomb Raider 2016, and at 1080p with very high details and pure hair on, this title performed really well, right on the money, at a sweet spot of 61 frames per second, perfect for a 60 Hz monitor. The next title is Tom Clancy's The Division, and this title performs fairly well with an average FPS of 62 frames per second. So this is right on the money for those with a 60 Hz refresh rate monitor. This is at ultra details and at 1080p. Looking at another DX11 title, we have GTA 5 from 2013. At 1080p with all details set to the highest absolute settings at very high, this performs exceptionally well at 83 FPS. And this is a very demanding title in certain situations, especially at higher settings and details. So this is a really good performance from the RX 480 card. The obvious strengths of the RX 480 is the DirectX 12 performance, the availability of the 8GB version, the 1080p performance is absolutely spectacular, and the option to crossfire, which is solely lacking in the hardware SLI option for the 1060 GTX. Now what you need to know is the PCIe slot power overdraw issue fix is only software and driver wise, so do not use the old CD drivers that come with your video card, and always download the latest drivers. I truly recommend purchasing an RX 480 with a PCB design that already addresses this power overdraw issue from the PCIe slot. Comparing the strengths of the RX 480 and the strengths of the GTX 1060, straight off the bat, the RX 480 has a beautiful option of 8GB and the option to crossfire. GTX 1060 on the other hand does not have the hardware option to SLI, but has better performance and a general 5 to 10 degrees Celsius lower temperatures when overclocking.